Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of the Purple Power Podcast, where we talk Baltimore Ravens every day, 24/7, 365. I'm your host, Fonz, and I'm just want to welcome y'all to this show. Just a little background. I've been a Ravens fan since 1996. That is a long time. My family is from Maryland. My family is from Baltimore, Maryland, to be exact. So I was born and raised to be a Maryland sports fan. From the O's to the Maryland Terps and to the Ravens. So thank y'all for coming on this ride with me. All right, so the schedule has come out. The Baltimore Ravens 2022 schedule. And we're going to go and just real quickly analyze the schedule and see where we can get these dubs and get these L's and see if we're going to make the playoffs, which I really feel like we're going to make the playoffs. I feel like we're going to get 12 wins anyway, but this is it. All right, so, excuse me. Thursday night, August the 11th, we kick off our preseason series against the Tennessee Henrys. Excuse me, the Tennessee Titans. Okay, so that rivalry goes back years, back to the old AFC Central. I don't understand why we have to play that game in the preseason. I really feel like that game should be for the regular season. But anyway, we played them at 7:30 p.m. That's going to be on a Thursday night, which is a really good night for football. Up next, we travel to Arizona to face off the Cardinals. That's going to be Sunday night, August 21st at 8 o'clock p.m. Hopefully, I'll be able to watch that game. And then the final game, which is tradition, and we've been facing the Washington R-word team, the Washington football team, and now the Washington Commanders for the past umpteen years. So that, ain't no need to talk about that. So now let's switch over to the regular season. Week 1, we open up on the road for the second time in back-to-back years against the Jets. Sunday, September the 11th at 1 p.m. As we know in New York, New Jersey, that September the 11th holds a lot of significance. And, our prayers, to the families that lost people back in September the 11th. But we open up against the Jets. I really see us getting out of there with the dub. I'm not a believer in the Jets quarterback at this point. And I've been kind of scouting a little bit. I see us coming out with a dub. Now, week 2, which before I go into that, we actually facing the AFC East in the first 4 weeks of the season. That is unheard of. I've never seen nothing like that in the schedule. But then again, I never seen us having a home and away schedule. So anything is possible. We face the Dolphins in our home opener. I really want to go to this game. If I cannot go, that's why I got a fire stick. But that's going to be a good game. I really think Lamar is going to get his redemption against the Dolphins, regardless of a Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and all that. I really feel like we can win this game. So I see, right as the junction right now, got us 2-0. Week 3 against the Patriots, we go up to Foxborough and to have a little tilt with the Patriots. Last time we went up there, it wasn't so good. It was really messy out there. But I really think we can pull this one out. Lamar Jackson is 1-1 against the Patriots since he's been the quarterback of his team. So I really feel like we can pull that one out. Maybe skeet by a little bit. And week 4, to round up the AFC East, we have our second home game versus the Buffalo Bills. That's the game I'm kind of circling. Hopefully we can pull this game out. Hopefully we can get the whole narrative changed about who's the better quarterback, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Josh Allen got the weaponry to do it, but we ain't gonna talk about this. Ain't that type of show right now. And in week 5, got back-to-back home games. We got our comeback game, if you will, against the Bengals. That is going to be Sunday Night Football. I'm going to be in front of my television, front and center. I have 3 TVs in this house, and I'm going to be in front of one of them. I really think we can win that game as well. The Bengals really bullied us last year. We're not used to the Bengals being a bully. You know, they caught lightning in the bottle. You know, give it up for them. I'm not gonna hate on them like that. Not yet, because it ain't football season. But they caught lightning in that bottle, and they wound up winning the Super Bowl. They choked in the Super Bowl, but they went to the Super Bowl nonetheless. But I really think we can win that game. Okay, so one thing about these Baltimore Ravens, and if you've been a fan for the past 20 some odd years, you know a trap game is somewhere. It just go without saying. If you think about it, a trap game is somewhere. I think going on the road against the Giants, and I'm not too bullish about the Giants like that, even though they did have a decent draft. You know, they bring a lot of people back. That one's a toss-up because, like I said, we're known to have that trap game. For some reason, that trap game is prevalent in the Baltimore family. But, you know, that could be a toss-up depending on what we look like after 5 weeks. No, week 7, we have the Cleveland Browns. That's a dub. I'm gonna go ahead and say that's a dub. Even with or without Deshaun Watson, I'm not scared of Cleveland. The only person on Cleveland I'm really afraid of is Myles Garrett, and Lamar Jackson has made Myles Garrett look silly on a number of occasions. But it's a divisional game, and as we all know, in the AFC North, the divisional teams come up to play. Like I mean, yes, it's died down. It's not like the AFC North is not like what it used to be, but they come to play. It's a divisional game, so we can win that one. I think we're gonna catch an L when we face Tampa Bay. They're kind of going through something right there. Tom Brady he left, but he came back. You know, Adam Schefter and all that stuff. We ain't gonna get into that, but I see us. It's like it's two sides of the coin. I think it's a 50-50 chance. In all games, it's a 50-50 chance. But I really think if we just play Ravens football, I think we can win that game. But if Greg Roman does Greg Roman stuff, then, you know, y'all know how that happens. All right, so we're going to have an 11-day break between games, which is great. So after that, we're going to play the Saints in the Superdome. We have a lot of success in that Superdome. I don't care what nobody says. The Superdome is like M&T Bank South. I mean, we played the Super Bowl in there. I mean, Drew Brees has not really had much success against us at the Superdome. So I really feel like we can win that game. All right, so week 10, we have a bye week, which is good. It comes right in the middle of the season, which is okay. I like that. And then week 11, we face the Carolina Panthers. All right, so I am from North Carolina, but my family is from Baltimore. So anything Baltimore or Maryland related, Old Bay seasoning, the Orioles, the Maryland Terps is in my blood. We're going to beat the Carolina Panthers. Enough said. And then the following week, week 12, we go face the Jaguars of Jacksonville. Jacksonville is a nice city. I was through there a couple of months ago. We beat them. I'm not afraid of Jacksonville. You know, Jacksonville, once upon a time, used to be a great team, but not this year. So Russell Wilson comes to the bank. The last time the Ravens went up against Russell Wilson, you know, we beat him. I didn't think we were going to win that game, but we beat him and beat him soundly. Do I think they got enough in them to come back and whoop us? If we was going to Denver, maybe, but that's going to be a good game. I'm anxious to see that. And boy, the arch rival, it used to be arch rival because the rivalry ain't like that no more. I think everybody that played a part in that rivalry from 2004 to like now, everybody's gone now. So that rivalry ain't what it is. But I really think we can squeak by and get that dub. If you remember last year, even with Lamar being hurt, with all those injuries on that team, the only team that blew us out last year was the Bengals, and they did it twice. But every other team that we played last year, like the Rams or the Packers and stuff like that we lost by one score. It was a lot of 31-32 games sitting there on that score box. So I think we can beat them. Up next, we face Cleveland again. And remember, Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4 of our last 6 is divisional games, which is crazy. But I really feel like, and that time is to be determined, is December 17th or 18th, depending on what was going on at that time. And I feel like we could beat them. I feel like we can get a season sweep of the Bengals. And then we got the Atlanta Falcons up next week 16. That's going to be a good one. And we got them at home. That's going to be a good dub for the Ravens. That'd be a tune-up game for the following week when we host the Steelers. Do I think we can get a season sweep? I don't think so with the Steelers. I think we split with everybody in the division. Of course, week 18, we got the Bengals. I think we lose that because we're going to Cincinnati. So if Cincinnati is so basically, if we win our games against the division at home, that's 6 games. I really feel like we can challenge for the AFC North. But this is good. I mean, I like the schedule. They say some pundits say it's like the 4th easiest, which I don't really pay attention to that because for the simple fact, anybody can beat anybody at any time, any given Sunday. That's what it is. But it's cool though. So thank y'all for joining this show, and we're gonna have more content as it go on. We're gonna try to do a weekly show. It'll just be me, mano y mano, and we just talk Ravens talk. I might hopefully in the future have some guests on the show or be a guest of another show myself. But look, appreciate y'all for clicking, like, share, and subscribe it. Share it with your friends, share it with anybody that's a flop member. Steelers, Browns, Bengals are not allowed here. As you can see, this is Ravens, and this has been Fonz, and I'm out.